Hi, I'm Alice.
And I'm Francesca.
Welcome to Grab a Coffee. We're back.
We've just been being really silly, so I'm still laughing from that.
Your mic things are rooked up. There we go. Boop. How are you? How was your weekend?
Our weekend was nice, actually. Wasn't the weather nice? We went
to...
to...
Red hot yesterday. Red hot.
Lord.
15 degrees. It was lovely.
That feels hot, though.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Went to Tropical World at Sheffield.
What? Tropical World? Is that the butterfly?
It's got butterflies, birds...
Like Rotherham way?
It's got some...
It's not Sheffield.
Yeah, it says Sheffield on the thing, but it isn't. There was a sign for Rotherham.
Yeah.
Rotherham.
Yeah. I've been before with Elodie. It's really nice, isn't it?
Love it
really
there.
good.
So we had a lovely day there. And Sunday we just did housework. But because I've had that day out, I was like, yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, you don't
This
begrudge
is okay.
getting back on top of your life when you've had a full day to do something else, do
I
you?
even hung the first pile of washing of the year out, but then did bring it in like an hour later.
Oh yeah, we did the same yesterday. You were nervous.
It was going to rain on it every year. I'm like, right,
oh God.
it. Anyway, that's like really old and boring stuff to talk about.
It's just life,
nice
isn't it?
Put the washing out?
Oh, I'm a bit embarrassed to say what I've done because I feel like anyone listening.
That means you're definitely telling us.
Not that well, it's not like embarrassing, but we didn't have Elodie again, and I feel. I was thinking like, oh, she's gonna ask what I did at the weekend. I didn't have my child again. Everyone's gonna be like, does this woman ever have a child on a weekend?
It's only twice that I know of, so that's fine.
Okay, fair. It feels like it was quite recent that we didn't have her.
Those things do come in batches.
Yeah,
don't they?
it's because
or...
yeah, true. That is true. I did have my batch of nights out as well in like January, Feb, which have eased, thank God. Yes. What did we do? So my mum and dad wanted to have her because they're going away next week. So I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, so she had a great time. And we nearly finished decorating the kitchen. I'll show you after. It's nearly finished.
Wow.
Yeah. So on Saturday, I was like, right, I'm just gonna so I had a baby shower at about 11:30, like 10 minutes away. So I was like, right, I don't want to like start decorating and then have to get ready for the baby shower and like be all rushing and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just said to Liam, I was like, right, I'm just gonna have a relaxing Saturday morning and just like have some time for ourselves because, you know, it's hard, innit, when you're a parent. So I was like, I'm just gonna have some time, not feel rushed, and then just be ready for the baby shower. And then I was home at like 3, 3:30. So then I just cracked on, did like 4 hours on Saturday, and then just did about another 4 or 5 on Sunday. And once you start with the paint, you just fly through it.
Yeah.
It's the bloody prep that's taken me like 2 months, not 2 months, a month.
The fun bit is the painting because you've done all the background to get there, haven't you? Definitely. It's the fun bit. Oh, well done.
So I'll show you after this, but we were going for a cream similar to this cream, and like a dusty pink. But the pink, so I got it from, do you know the Seagulls recycling paint shop?
Maybe.
You heard of it?
No.
Okay, they're in Leeds. Anyone in Leeds? It's a great shop. They recycle and reuse old paint that's going to the skip. Yeah, landfill. And companies also donate as well. Dunk.
Oh, yeah, I've noticed that.
God. It wasn't too bad, but I feel like it's going to be really loud on the recording.
Yeah, halfway through you talking about the recycling plant. Doing.
Yeah, so they also do colour mixing. So anyway, I went in and I was like...
fluorescent.
The thing is, when he mixed it, like, obviously I was looking at it and I tried
this kind of dusty pink?
I wanted it like, yeah, darker than this, like not quite like plastic. No, not as pink as that. I wanted like a brownie pink.
Okay.
Anyway, it's like, well, I opened the tin and Liam went, ooh, it reminds me of strawberry milkshake. I thought, that is not the colour we were going for.
Okay. You want to lick the walls?
Yeah, lick my face, lick the walls. Oh, God.
Right.
It's growing on me. Well, I just did it and I was like,
so it's on the wall.
Fuck it, I'm doing it. Because I was like, I just want to get the paint on the wall. I'm done with like faffing. I wanted, you see that ribbon on that vase over there? No one else can see it, but can you see that ribbon? I wanted it kind of that colour.
Yeah.
Okay, like a rosy, dusty pink. Yeah, it's more like the colour of that
You know, we have
poster
to put
next
a
door.
picture up, don't
It's
we?
more like the Drink More Agua poster. Yeah. I think it'll be fine. Boys, they are. Do you know what they? It was such a miserable room before, and it was so dingy that I
Yeah.
kind of like it
I love it.
because it's
I've
just
seen
completely
it, and I
flipped
love
the
it.
room, and I'm like,
I can't wait
it's
to
not
see
all
it.
pink. But I'm like, you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound, I'm gonna get like, I'm gonna make it quite like farmhousey and chintzy now. I think, and just go for it, and just fully embrace that it's,
Stop yourself at bunting, won't you?
Yeah, no bunting. Oh god, no. Oh, with the cobwebs in this house, I'm not having bunting. Christ, they'll be swinging from the rafters. Woo.
Can't wait to see it.
So yeah, I'm so excited to finish painting and then accessorize.
Oh, that is a nice bit. Painting's like the end of the hard work. It's enjoyable because you've done all that prep and hard work, and things will have gone on before to get to that stage. And then it's the really nice, this is where I'm going to put my plant and all that jazz.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I think the weird and annoying thing about our kitchen is there's so many there's always glass cupboards. Okay. It's quite hard to make them look not cluttered.
Yeah, I know.
I've got some
you won't have that kitchen forever.
No, I know. I want to get some more like coloured things to go in them because at the minute there's just a lot of like clear glass behind the glass, which just it's just a bit nothingy. Yeah. So I was thinking I'm going to start, if you're ever looking in the charity shops, I'm going to start trawling the charity shops and try and get like a nice, like a pink floral tea set, like an old, because we don't have a teapot, and obviously that's bad, innit, when you live in Yorkshire.
Put a little biscuit and paint your own.
Oh, I could paint my own. I'm going for Mother's Day. I'll choose.
Oh,
I could paint my whole set. How much is that going to cost me?
Well, you have to do it monthly, obviously.
By Christmas, I'll have a 4-piece tea set.
You could at least do your own teapot.
I could do a teapot. That's a good idea. But yeah, I'm glad that we've decorated before that event, before that Mother's Day event, because I can do something that's going to fit in with the new theme of the kitchen. Yeah. So it was like it was a lovely weekend of like bit for us, bit for myself, but then also sorting some stuff in the house. And then we went and had a Sunday roast at my mum's and picked Elodie up. So we didn't have to cook, so it was wonderful. Perfect. Yeah, bliss.
Wow. I thought it an interesting week. And I thought you'd be a good person to talk. Anyone that's
interesting
listening,
week.
Not watching, she's just faffing with my mic and I'm pulling faces.
The irony that every time I faff with your mic, mine breaks, and I'm like, I can't hear. Could you check if I can hear you, Francesca? No one can hear me. Also, this cough's still not gone from last Sunday.
I'll talk for a minute. You have a rest. Yeah. So, my grandma had osteoporosis, and she shrunk 3 inches. She broke ribs. 3
inches.
She's like crumbled.
God, imagine if I shrunk 3 inches.
Well, yeah, she was already quite small, actually. So,
would be like me, 5'1", shrinks to 4 foot. Hey, Kylie Minogue's only 4'10". It's fine.
Is she?
Yeah, she's tiny. That's why she always wears heels. Anyway.
I love to always wear heels, but at 5'8", you shouldn't really. So
you can.
I'm already towering above everybody else. No, I've got one friend that's taller. Anyway, so Grandma really suffered with that, and as a result of her having it, the advice was for my mum and my auntie to get bone density tests.
When was this? Recently?
No, so mum and auntie are now in their 70s, which means that it's been over 20 years since they got diagnosed with osteoporosis.
Shit, they got diagnosed in their 50s.
Yes, but that's good because being diagnosed 10 years earlier than my grandma had been, you're watching it, you're doing the exercise, you are taking care.
Yeah, you can manage it. Yeah, okay.
As well.
Before you start breaking bones and stuff.
Exactly. They haven't. My auntie did break her foot a few years ago going over on a twig. Now, I don't think that would have broken one of my bones.
No.
It wouldn't break one of yours.
No.
And they are part of an Osteoporosis Society support group in Leeds. I expect they're all over the country.
Yeah.
And they facilitate meetings in person and on Zoom. And this week, Dr. van der Velde was doing a talk So she was joining the Zoom, and it was for younger women. Now, when I say younger women, it's 60 and under.
Okay.
So I know that we're still quite far away from that. But for me, with grandma, mum, and Aunt Linda all having had and have osteoporosis, I thought this will be actually very interesting. There'll be things that I can get Daisy and Minnie to do as children and teenagers into their 20s that will be healthy.
Yeah, make it a habit for them.
Absolutely. And things that I can still be doing now, because I've still got lots of estrogen before menopause. I've got chance to still, help myself. And obviously, your diet, your exercise is for all conditions, is for all health.
Yeah.
But this talk was osteoporosis. She took us through sensible eating.
What sort of things did you talk about with food?
It's sensible. She
The
didn't
balanced
say
diet.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's good. It's just encouraging a balanced diet.
Like amazing little.
Sometimes these foods can be like, oh, make sure you're eating. I don't know.
One particular type of fish or something.
It's a really specific thing. Okay, that's good.
Very good general.
Don't be a dick, basically.
Sensible. Absolutely. Weight-bearing exercises, although she said even still swimming, even though that's not weight-bearing, she said that would still be helpful, and I think it's very supportive as well if you are a fracture risk. She took us through.
You don't be running if you've got.
No, exactly, but you'll get your good fitness and.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing high impact.
Exactly. The 2 tests that they do tests you against people your own age and people in an older bracket. So if somebody like me was getting fractures and went, they'd probably test me because of the genetics.
Yeah.
But then they'd have to test me against people against my own age and like the 70, 80-year-olds as well. And she talked through basically everything that we kind of knew about weight-bearing exercises and going for a bone density test and what it will do or what the test would do. And then I thought, well, I'm not built like that side of the family. They're very slight. They're very small,
petite,
very small frame, very delicate.
Delicate little flowers.
They are. I'm quite.
Who do you take
substantial. And before I've got some chunk on now, but before that, I was still more like substantial.
But you're tall as well, so
you things than that side of the family. So I'm definitely in my dad's side of the family. And then I was like, oh well, I'll be fine then, won't I? But not necessarily.
No, not necessarily.
No, and I learned lots about bones. About it's made up of lots and lots of tiny little gaps and how they all go together, how they connect, and how they hold on to each other. So that was very interesting.
Wow.
But then I thought, well, actually, Alice is a good person to talk to.
Who am I seeing on Monday?
Because there might be people listening who maybe at my age, so into your 40s, so it's not something that is now, but it might be in the next 10 to 20 years. There'll be people a lot younger thinking, oh, well, if I can get into good exercise habits now, I can help build up that bone density to give myself the best possible chance before the estrogen starts slipping away. So do you have anybody with you that has osteoporosis? Or do you feel anything specific, or do you think that there's just set things that you just should just keep doing?
I don't have any clients with osteoporosis. I've had clients in the past with like arthritis and who are like you, high risk of osteoporosis. But yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? Because like, as a woman, I just feel like we always get the shitty end of the stick. Like women are at greater risk of osteoporosis than men. Yet women are the least likely to do resistance training, and resistance training will benefit women way more than it benefits men. But when you go in a gym, even nowadays, the weight section is predominantly made up of men, and it's really sad. So with weight training, it's the same as kind of adding strength to your muscles. It has the same impact on your bones. You put your bone under the stress, and then your body knows it needs to strengthen the bone so that it can repeat the exercise. That's the same with muscle building. So it's basically like back to caveman times. Like, I need to move this boulder. You try and move the boulder, your body can't do it. So your body knows, okay, I need to get stronger so I can move that boulder. And it's the same. Your body doesn't know why it needs to get stronger, like what it's building the muscle for, but it's been put under some kind of stress and knows, well, next time I need to be able to do that thing. Which is why it's really important to, when you are doing resistance training, make sure you're pushing yourself in the exercises to a point of failure or near failure with the exercise. So like if you're doing a shoulder press, we're on video, so I'll demo, but obviously if you're just listening, I'm doing shoulder press up, and I've seen a post on Instagram that says do 12 reps, so I'll do 12 reps. Yeah, okay, done. And my last rep looks like my first rep. That's not really going to do anything because your body can do it. So it's not telling your body, I need to build muscle and get stronger for that exercise. Right. Whereas if you're like, do my reps. Oh, God, 8's hard. Oh, God, 9's hard. Oh, God, 10. Am I going to shit myself? Oh, 11's not quite going up. Okay, I did 10 reps.
Okay.
Then your body knows, all right, well, next time I need to get stronger because I need to be able to do that. Okay. And it's the same with the bones. You're putting the bones under the stress through the resistance training, and then it knows to rebuild your bone tissue. I don't know if it's tissue. I don't know if that's the right word. But which increases the density of your bones.
She talked about tests on tennis players, like professional tennis players who were doing it a lot. And the arm that they served with had a greater bone density than the arm.
Well, yeah, of course.
So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and it's probably the dominant arm anyway. Most people have a stronger arm anyway, so it's probably, but even it'll be even more exaggerated than a regular person with a dominant arm. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. But yeah, so it reduces your risk of osteoporosis because of that, of like building your bone density, but also because resistance training increases your balance. It helps balance. Okay, so if you're doing something like lunges where you're going onto a single leg, or you can do stuff where like a push up, you're balancing on your hands, or planks, balancing.
Did some of them today.
Yeah, nice. What, push ups or planks?
Planks.
Oh, nice.
I always offer it as an option.
At yoga.
Because it's obviously mummies, and I obviously we're in down dog, and I'll say, if you want to step back into plank, if we're feeling super strong today, if not, bring knees down either side of baby, ready for a child pose, but we'll put it back into plank first because it just feels good, because
it's
all
nice.
Of a sudden everything's engaged already. I love body,
a plank,
and I just love it, and I'm yes.
Yeah, so it increases your balance. Improves your balance, sorry. Yeah. I usually pat an eyelid and I thought, that's the wrong word, but I don't know what... It didn't sound right, but I'll go for it.
And increase a lot in all of my stuff as well, like increasing your bond with your baby.
Yeah,
improving balance for the mums.
It all gets intermingled. Yeah, so it improves your balance, especially if you've got a coach who recognises the need for it, especially in women, and will incorporate single leg exercises. By improving your balance means you're less at risk of a fall.
Yeah, definitely.
So
and it's a stronger core. If you trip,
you can catch yourself.
I do trip, but I've never actually.
Yeah, like if you're naturally clumsy and then you're at risk of osteoporosis, and then you're also not resistance training. If you just do one little trip, you're gone. Like, you break a wrist at least. You could be breaking a chuffing hip, which one knows is not good.
No, Grandma did have a hip replaced. So that made me worry about Daisy, because she is not built like me.
Oh no!
As a child, yes, I was a skinny whippet up and down trees and stuff.
She's tall though, isn't she?
She's quite tall. She's almost like she's coming up to my eye level.
I feel like is she not? Do you think she's going to stay slim, or do you think she's going to fill out a bit?
So skinny.
So
skinny, like she'll just sit like this, and the hip will be here, like going woo. Her spine sticks out. I mean, she eats.
Francesca does feed her children. Side note.
She's really skinny, but she's also very bendy. So she'll just be standing there and she'll just decide.
Oh,
that
she might have
needs to do a
hypermobility.
grab. She goes backwards and falls into it backwards from standing.
Do you reckon she's hypermobile?
Probably.
Is hypermobility and risk of osteoporosis linked?
I've no idea.
I don't know.
I asked the question.
Oh, did you?
Not that question. I asked about her because I felt like she is built differently to me. I feel like she's maybe a bit like that side of the family, and I was worried because I was
that side of the family, nothing like that on my side of the family.
Frail, small side of the family.
That's my goal in life, not to be a frail little old lady.
Yes, well, it's nothing frail about me. So I'm worried that she might go down that route, but because she's only 14, they're like, oh well, no, we don't think about that. But I do, because she complains of hurting ankles all the time. She's been checked by a physio.
Hey,
she's been checked by a
really?
GP. She's had blood tests. There's nothing there. The physio said, in a very good, sensitive, clever way,
which you're not going to be able to replicate. Okay, yeah, fine.
That's what he said. It's in her head, but not in a like you're making it up.
Right.
It's in her head, but genuinely there.
Yeah, okay.
But it's in her head. There's nothing actually going on in the ankles and things. So that it is a separate issue that has come up just from talking about it. But she's built so differently that I think she could be
prone.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like when you mentioned about doing the lunges, when her and I have done workouts together in the garden, I've lunged up, because about 25 paces is the garden.
Yeah,
so
like walking lunges.
Up,
yeah,
brilliant. Like you get the shape by the end of your knees, and like it's really enjoyable, isn't it? Because your thighs are like.
My clients don't describe it as enjoyable, but yeah, I agree. I think it's enjoyable.
Certain pains that are really good, and squatting and lunging, and it's like, whoa, come on.
Yeah, the burn,
And she does too when she's over.
Oh.
She can't balance that.
What sport does she do? Oh, she's so like.
She's terrible.
Oh, bless her.
So
she does karate. Oh God. Does she do it? But karate must be good for your balance.
Well, she's recently just stopped that because she wants to. She goes to dance.
I was gonna say.
And she wants to do that and maybe some acting course classes.
Oh, is this since Oliver?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, bless her.
So she said in the car, she went, I think I was born to be on stage. I'm driving, I'm like, this is so amazing. She's passionate about something.
I love that.
Isn't that lovely?
Oh, to have the confidence of Daisy. That's amazing.
She's wibbly wobbly like a foal, and I feel like she's going to get
foal.
So what can I do with her now? Just keep doing those exercises. Get her some dumbbells.
Strength. But I would focus on dual leg for now. I would start off with squats.
Okay.
Squats, glute bridges.
Right. What? Like on the floor and lift your bum up?
Yeah, because that works your bum. Squats is more quad. Yeah. Have you got dumbbells at home?
Oh, they were too light, so I gave them to a friend who needed them after an operation.
Okay.
But they were really light. They were silly light. I'd like hold all 5. Like
put them in a carrier bag.
I could have done that. I could have got 2 sets on the end of a broom.
Home workout hack. If you've got light dumbbells that are too light, put them all in a bag and you combine the weight.
What did I used to do with her when she was a tiny baby? You know those little frames you can get for your door, frame, and they hang in the door frame and bounce. So when I'd taken it off its elastic thing and she was still in the
bouncer,
I'd hold on to that, swing her behind me.
Oh my God.
And then stand in the mirror.
Oh my God.
Obviously, because I'm sitting, I can't get my arms back, but I promise you they were up there.
Doing tricep extensions.
And I'd pull her up.
That is so funny. Oh, the things we do.
I know, it was great fun. That I used to see her in the mirror like. But yeah, unfortunately, I think she's got to have something like that. So I want to get her built up. Squats.
It'd probably be worth getting her some resistance bands. Do you have resistance bands?
Okay.
They're cheap.
Okay.
So you can get the long ones.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the ones I'd probably get for her would be, and for you. You can get long ones that have got handles on the end, and you can hook them over the door and under the door. So you can they're so versatile. So you can do like lat pull down from the door.
Oh.
You can have them under the door and do like bicep curls. You can stand on them and do bicep curls and rows. Like those ones. like those kind of things.
Brilliant.
Maybe not. Oh yeah, they're 4.2 stars, not too bad. They're cheap actually, $12.91, something like that.
My fitness tubes and how foam handles.
Because there's these that are just a long loop, which are
he's put it under his
good,
feet, he's
but
up,
I think the handle ones I think are more versatile.
Okay.
You can basically do anything you would do with a dumbbell with those resistance bands.
Cool.
And sometimes you can get them with ankle attachment, so she can do like, oh, this is gonna be hard to explain. And I'm definitely not demoing it. You can like hook it under your door, and then lay on your front on the floor, lay on your belly, and do
that leg up
like a hamstring curl. Yeah. So there's all sorts. You can be like standing and do like a kickback, like for your glutes.
Oh, okay.
So there's all sorts you could do with them.
Oh.
And you could join in.
Yeah, totally.
They're really versatile, and they're all different. The red ones are usually the lightest ones, so you can increase different tension. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, resistance bands are like a really good way of adding resistance training in without spending loads of money on dumbbells and taking up space.
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
For men, sod off.
That is so rude,
isn't it?
Also, no, I'm sorry, that picture. No one's gonna look like that with resistance bands.
No. This is something else that really, really annoys me.
It's a picture of like a guy who's literally like.
Oh, he's been going to the gym since he was 4.
Yeah, he's like Hugh Jackman, tanned with a resistance band. I'm sorry.
That 8-pack for a start.
Resistance bands aren't going to get you that hench.
He's even got those muscles down the side.
Yeah, what's that?
So I saw a post recently, and it was a lady showing you a few different exercises that actually, when I looked at the exercise, I thought they're really good. They're really it's sort of engaging your core, doing things with your legs. But her body was like his. There were muscles ripped everywhere. She was muscly down here, her arms were muscly, and I thought, yeah, okay, she's got to be able to show people what to do. But I felt like she was showing her body in a way that exactly, you do these, just do these for 10 minutes.
Oh my God, I hate that. It's like the booty band workouts. Like, do this booty exercise and you'll get glutes like me. No, you've been training glutes 3 times a week, like doing probably 100, 150 kilo hip thrusts. You're not gonna get your glutes with a set of resistance bands. It's really bad mis-selling, and influencers do it a lot. It's awful.
And it makes people sit there looking at it, feeling even more shit.
Yeah, it's awful. Do you know what? I actually I do the exact same training program as my group coaching clients because I've programmed it, so I know it's really good. Yeah. And I can't be asked to program a different program for myself. And I know it's really effective and it's efficient. It's everything I need in a workout program, so I just do the same program. But I feel like if I wouldn't do the program, I shouldn't be selling the program.
No, absolutely. And you're not saying, you don't look like that man and saying all you need to do is this 20-minute
resistance band workout. Yeah,
because it's your whole lifestyle, but it just makes me feel cross and worried for the girls and Tristan looking at stuff.
Oh, do you know what? Me and Liam talk about this quite a lot because obviously, like with him playing rugby, they see naked men all the time, like in the showers, and we've talked about like body dysmorphia and stuff a lot because I think that it is something that men massively struggle with. So it was a couple of years ago when we first started talking about it, really. I think it was like when we'd had Elodie and like we'd both kind of let it all go a little bit. And he was looking at pictures. He would see a shredded guy on like a Reddit feed or like a rugby player or something, and he'd be like, oh, why do I like that? I'm like, he's on steroids. And then Liam was like, what? And now he knows, and like I pointed it all out. This was before like he really realised what someone who's on steroids looks like. But I could spot it, especially in men. I could spot in men a mile off. And I'm like, they're on steroids. Why are you comparing yourself to someone who's on steroids? And he didn't realise, and he was like, this is the problem. Like, men still compare to other men. It's not just a women thing. but men don't vocalize it as much. I don't think. Like, I don't think they would talk to their friends about it, or like about how they feel, or to their partner about it. We would probably make more of a flippant comment, like, not we, but women as a whole would probably make, like, you'd be scrolling. Oh God, like, look at. Oh, wish my hair looked like that.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah. But
look at her ass or whatever. I'm in such a good place that I can like appreciate someone's body or face or whatever, appreciate how good someone looks, and just be like happy for them, or like or like be able to compliment them, or like, wow, look at her shoulders, or look at her back. Oh God, that's so much hard work. Like, she's obviously, I can appreciate the effort she's put in. Whereas probably like a few years ago, I'd have been feeling like bitter about it. But you do, don't you? When your confidence is really low, you resent other people for like being like quote unquote perfect, like because of social, because of how people are portrayed on social media. But then when, especially with like going into parenthood for both parents, when you're comparing yourself to like an influencer who's got zero responsibilities, like don't even pay a mortgage, like lives at home with their parents, is going to the gym 5 times a week, and you're covered in newborn sick. Like, just don't do it. Like, get off social media, unfollow these people. Best thing I did in the past couple of years is like mute and unfollow loads of accounts.
Really good post I saw a while ago was something like I love it when the 20-year-old in the gym can say, we've all got the same 24 hours, just come down here, do this exercise, you'll be absolutely fine, just do it before work, do it after this. And then the post was something like, come back to me when you're 35, you've had 2 kids, 1 cesarean, you've breastfed the soul out of your body, you work 2 jobs, you haven't slept, you smell of baby sick, all right?
I've been seeing similar posts, but I think like, oh God, you do get sucked into the and it, like, obviously if you're not triggered by them, fine, carry on following them. But if they're not,
so long as you can separate that and know
which is what me and Liam have talked about, like, you can't compare yourself to someone who has zero responsibility and is taking steroids.
That's not going to last for them.
That's what, oh God, it's terrifying having.
If they don't die of heart disease, the willy shrinks, the voice goes.
The willy shrinks. I'm really enjoying that we're getting the word willy on every podcast at the moment. I'm really enjoying that. It's like an unwritten like challenge.
Do you know what? Having a little boy, it was like such a shock from the girls.
Oh, I've got such a funny story.
Having to deal with a penis like 10 times a day with nappy and whittling everywhere. And now it's big enough to like know that he's got this thing, and sometimes he sticks it over the top of his pajama bottoms and like laughs about it. He sits in the bath because the water's making it float. So
that is funny.
Widgets dancing.
That is funny.
All I have to deal with now.
That is funny.
He does wee straight. He's quite good, actually.
Is it just stand up now? What age did he start standing up?
No, well, I didn't bother with potties and stuff. I just run straight up the stairs with them. But I remember another friend whose boys were a bit older. She said, "You have to like direct it." She thought you could just stand there. And no. And my husband was like, "You've got to aim it."
Yeah, it's like it's like turning a hose on and not holding on to the end.
So I was really worried about that. And I was like, do I do that? And then
trying to get consent. Tristan, is it okay if mummy just...
Consent. He's going to piss everywhere. So we were out. And
2-year-old in soft play toilet.
Yeah, can you imagine? So I was like, right, he needs a wee. We can do this. Come on, let's have a garden wee. Come on. So we went to this bush. And he got there. And I was...
You call it a garden wee when you're outside? I call it a tree wee. I try and find a tree.
And all of a sudden, he just put his little hands down there, thrust his hips forward and weed. I was like, oh my God, they're born knowing what to do.
That's weird, isn't it? I've taken my friend's son for a wee in soft play, and she's like shouted after me, "Don't forget to tuck it in!" Like into the toilet.
Which, he sits down.
Yeah, because he sits. Yeah, because he's only 3, so he has to sit on the toilet. And she was like, "Tuck it in!" And I was like, "Oh my God, well, if you told me that before I started taking him to the toilet, I definitely wouldn't have taken him to the toilet." Now it's fine, I know what to do, but I was like, what? Jesus, what? So,
Tell me your funny
Liam was
story.
on our toilet. He was sitting down on the toilet the other day. Don't need to tell you why, but Elodie goes, "Where's Daddy?" Oh, I think he's on the toilet, Elodie. Okay,
Oh,
Daddy goes in. Hi, Daddy. Hi, Elodie. Just came to say hi. Cool.
Right, can I have a
Daddy?
now, please?
Oh, how did she word it? What's that funny thing that you've got there? She's like pointing at it, starts laughing. Mummy, Daddy's got a really funny thing. He's sitting there. His entire manhood is just dissolving. And she was like, why haven't I got a funny thing? Why is it Mummy hasn't got a funny thing and I haven't got why? And she started laughing. She was
funny little thing.
Oh no, she did! Yes, she did! Yeah. You're right. No, she did. Funny little thing. Yeah, she did. That is missed that key part of the story.
Polly.
I know.
Funny little thing. What's that funny little thing?
She was just like pointing and laughing at it. And I was like, it's a penis. And she went, oh. I thought, I just want to use proper anatomy here.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, Daddy, you've got a penis? And he was like, yeah, I have, Elodie. It's like, that's what Daddy has for weeing. And she was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
No, she's forgotten about it.
Oh, I hope so. She's probably at nursery's day telling everyone that Daddy's got a penis. They're probably like, yeah, good. Okay, good. That's good to know. That is good information, Elodie.
When I first brought Tristan home
Oh.
from hospital, doing his nappy, all of a sudden I was very aware. Both the girls were like,
what? Yeah, what's that?
Well, they knew. Daisy will have known because she was 7.
Yeah, they've seen the dads.
And Minnie was 2, but they'll have had the conversation without me, her and Daisy, and they were both just like sort of reaching over, like,
I'm curious.
Do you want to help? Do you want to see his nappy? And they were like, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see his nappy.
So I did
what a point it is.
This is a penis, that's how boys wee. And then his little balls were like little, sometimes I'd take the nappy off and it looked like a marble would just run down from, it'd be sitting up there somewhere and it would just run down. I was like, God, should it be doing that? Should this little ball thing be moving about? But at least it was out. It wasn't stuck up somewhere.
It's weird, isn't it? Because, like, obviously as a girl, and you have a girl, and you know, like, yeah, that's normal, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, exactly.
This is how...
supposed to know
what's that?
Like?
Yeah? Like, what is it? Yeah? Oh, God. That's so funny. Also, I feel like I keep hearing from my boy mums that all the toddlers are now going through, like, just holding it. Just putting the hands down the pants in public kind of thing.
I don't think he did that, but when he was naked, so any sort of bath time, even
any
in
opportunity.
The summer, yeah, there's a picture of him in Spain. Just we're hanging it all out, but at 3 you can do what you want. But he'd get hold of it and pull, and he'd be like, "It's not made of Play-Doh." Like, oh my God! Then it can't have hurt him because he just.
One of my friends has just told me that she's pregnant with a boy, and she was like, "I think it's going to take me the whole pregnancy to get over the fact that I'm growing a penis in my belly." Their firstborn's a girl.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was like, I can't believe you. Well, I never had to think about that. Well, I didn't think. Well, I didn't know if I was on a boy or a girl. Right. I think I just blocked it out, the possibility. Just I assumed I was having a girl, and she was a girl.
That's lucky.
Yeah. Didn't occur to me I might have a willy growing inside me.
It just goes to show, doesn't it, that we we create it all. We're the boss.
Oh. But everyone's a girl at first, aren't they?
Yeah, I'd go first.
No, but no, everyone is a girl when they're first conceived.
Yeah. Yes, and then it just decides.
It chooses whether to be the greater sex or
a little flowery boy,
or something with funny little thing.
Funny little thing. Let's stick a funny little thing on the outside. That's what I find.
Oh my God!
Like, can you imagine hanging it there in your pants all the time? It'd be so annoying. They get in the car, wiggle about.
I don't know. I feel like we've got more annoying things to deal with. I can't give men any sympathy.
Yes, actually, I'd probably take a Widget over
since before we started recording this, I was yawning my little head off going, I think my parents married you. And you were like, why are you struggling so much at your age? I'm like,
I know, yeah, definitely didn't struggle all those years ago.
But we've already discussed like how terrible osteoporosis is for women.
I know. And then your estrogen goes, your muscle mass rots, bones
Just
crumble.
waste away. But we do outlive the men. Against all odds, we outlive the bastards. I'm not anti-men. This sounds awful, doesn't it?
We've gone on a right rampage.
Gosh.
I'm hoping that I do have some genetics from the other side of my family, because my granddad's 101.
Wow.
Going strong.
How old is your grandma when she died?
63.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, he's had all that time without her.
God, it's like another lifetime, that.
It is,
Nearly
yeah,
40
we were all
years.
children, yeah.
Nearly 40 years.
It was awful.
101. Is he living on his own?
He's in home, but he is on YouTube, actually. Elwyn Hughes.
What? He's got his own YouTube channel?
Oldest Taylor.
My God.
He's got a room where it's big enough for him to be able to.
What was his name again?
I don't want it to come on, so it'll be an advert will start playing
Elwyn.
down there.
Elwyn, that's a lovely name.
Welsh.
That's a lovely name. Anyone who's pregnant, I'm going to tell all I've got quite a few friends who are pregnant with boys. Elwyn, that's nice. Yeah, it's very Welsh. Maybe you can't use it if you're not Welsh.
He's been on telly.
He's been on telly?
Yeah, because he was about 96 in these. This is his mini documentary.
Look at him.
Tells you all about.
Hang on, sorry, he was 96 there. Well, we know why you look 20.
I don't look 20, but
fucking hell, no.
Look at him with his patterns. He's making.
I've literally seen like 60-year-olds who look worse for wear than he does. Oh, so they've given him a room so he can use his sewing machine.
That was in COVID. They went to interview him, but obviously they couldn't see him, so we had to wave out the window.
I thought he meant he had his own YouTube channel. Is it on? Oh, he does have a channel.
Yeah, I think this is his mini doc.
Oh, is it that was called?
No. Oh no, this somebody made one of my cousins made him something.
Find the YouTube channel.
I know.
We'll share it. That is so incredible and adorable and wholesome. Maybe they got rid of it.
Yeah, there was something.
No. Well, I don't know. Okay.
Yes, there he is.
Wow, I can't believe he's 96 in that video. Can we get everyone to talk about his skincare routine?
And do you know what? Drinks red wine.
So does my grandma.
Cigars.
Well, she stopped smoking and then got COPD. No.
Oh.
Apparently, if you've been doing it since you're 14 and you're now 70, you should just carry on.
Really?
I think she stopped in her 70s. Wow. She's going to be 85 this year. So she's doing well. She still lives on her own. Still goes on holiday, still flies.
Oh, that's a very recent picture of him with my cousin.
No, sorry. Need to see ID. He's not 101.
Promise.
I don't think you need to use any skincare, Francesca.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is wild. We'll have to share a photo of him.
Oh, it's an old one when me and Daisy was little. But yeah. Don't know why that's on his page, but anyway.
Wow.
So
okay.
There's some good genetics in my family. So I'm hoping to get to at least 100. I want the telegram from the king. Oh, he got his card. It had a picture of.
You probably outlive the. Oh, it's going to be a king again, isn't it? I suppose.
Oh yeah, it'll be.
It's going to be a king for a while now, isn't it?
Well, I'm roughly the same age as William, aren't I? So it might be George. I want to live longer.
You want to outlive William?
I'm like.
Yeah, he's in his 40s, isn't he? Yeah.
So, that's not going to happen.
No, isn't? Haven't they changed it? So it'll go to Queen after William, won't it? George wasn't the firstborn, was he? No, he is. I thought. Oh, did they just change it so that if you're married to a king, you are a queen? Is that what they changed? She's queen, whereas before you were just you were a duke or whatever. Yeah.
Well, that took a funny turn. So, yeah. Resistance training.
From penises to the royal family. Resistance training. Funny little things. Royalty.
Yeah. And
monarchy.
I've got some Hughes jeans, and I'll get my.
You know when the Queen died.
Mm-hmm.
This just to add a little anecdote just to
I don't know where this is going.
round off the podcast. She queued to see her. She queued, you know, you could go and see her dead.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not even see her. See the casket,
Yeah.
coffin.
Your grandma
What?
went?
No, my sister.
Oh wow! Well, she's in London, isn't she? So
Yeah. Well, yeah.
She's still queued for 3 weeks though.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember if they'd.
I remember it now. Yeah. I forgot about that.
They were just passing, and they were like, "Oh, the queue's not actually that big." So they asked, and they said it would be like a couple of hours. They like joined at the end, so they were like, oh, "Okay, we'll just join."
Wow.
But she's not even that bothered about. She was like, I wasn't that bothered, but I just thought it'd be good to tell people after. Like when Elodie's older, I could be like, "Yeah, I was in that queue." I was like, "You can, okay, you've got too much time on your hands, babe."
Yeah. Does she have kids?
No.
Oh well, there you go then.
Yeah.
You can queue up for 2
You
hours.
can queue for 2.
Can you imagine having to entertain a child for 2 hours in a queue?
Well, you wouldn't take them, would you? But also, I was on the conspiracy theorist hype during that time because I was like, how do we know she's in there? It was a closed coffin. Casket. What's the difference between a casket and a coffin? Is there a difference?
Oh.
Is casket American?
Oh, maybe there's a thing.
Because you'd say open casket, but generally they would call it a coffin. You wouldn't say an open coffin, would you? Do you know what I mean?
I've been to a funeral with an open coffin. It was all.
Did they call it a coffin, or did they say it was an open casket? Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe casket's American then. So yeah, I was very much of the opinion of I don't think she's actually in there because it just seemed like a big security risk. Yeah. Casket or coffin, UK.
A coffin has a slight diamond shape to its design and tapers down from a broad area where the deceased shoulders will be to a narrow squared bottom where the feet will lay. A casket, on the other hand, is a rectangular shape and often built from heavier timber.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So they're the ones you see in films when somebody alive.
Casket's more dramatic.
Or yeah, and that's just a normal coffin. That's fine.
So a coffin is a coffin shape.
Yeah.
And a casket's a big rectangle.
That's nice, but you guys all know that.
Yeah, can all sleep easy now. We know that little fact. There have been many designs of styles to the coffin over the centuries.
Going down the rabbit hole.
Oh God, I'd love to see what Facebook ad you get after googling this.
Oh shit! I put it down.
But you know the phones pick up like the conversations it hears as well.
Absolutely. So I used to know this lady years ago, and she had a chat with her husband in the car. She said, "I'm not sure if I want another baby. I think I do," and he was giving all the reasons why they shouldn't. And the car journey ended with them not having another baby. Next day, Facebook sperm bank.
No. Yeah. Did she use it? Did she click the ad?
Yeah. Sign up. Oh, there you
Sperm
go.
bank.
I've ordered
That
one.
is so funny. I just wonder though, our phones must like.
Big Brother is watching.
Our phones though, when we recorded the podcast, they must not know what to do. They must be like Tiz.
Oh my God, yeah. Can you?
The tangents.
I know.
What are we gonna get adverts for? Like
skincare, coffins.
Yeah. Resistance training for carrying your coffin. God, I don't know. How to reduce risk of osteoporosis so you don't fall, break all your bones, die, need a coffin carried by someone with a tiny little thing. Funny little thing. Funny little thing. Yeah, not tiny little thing. That would have been really mean. That would have been funny little thing. So she was like cackling at it, like it was the funniest joke she'd ever seen in her whole life.
This is a mistake that I should have known better. To finish on a Willy story.
Okay.
Watching Instagram with Daisy last night. You just scroll through aimlessly at some funny
Yeah,
stuff.
they'd stop doing that.
And we'd been sending some funny videos to each other.
Yeah.
Sort of good, clean, but a little bit like watching You've Been Framed, but
nice.
Social media style. And this man came on and he was in the shower.
Social media killed You've Been Framed, didn't it?
Oh no, you can get it on YouTube. You can watch the episodes.
Oh my God, the grainy videos.
So he steps out the shower and he's got his towel on and I'm like, I'm ready for it. I don't know what's going to happen. And we'd seen a couple of others similar that turned out to be funny. It was okay.
Okay.
And she's going to be 14 soon. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine to know what a willy is.
He opens a towel, but not to the camera, and then flicks himself from side to side, and you can just hear the...
What did Daisy do?
She was like this. Face screwed up, head back on the sofa. I was like, yes. Some of them just do things like that. So let's scroll on.
Some of them. Some of that species.
Some of that species. So anyway.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
On that note.
Wow.
Willy wanging.
Willy wanging. On that willy wang.
Over and out.
Bye. Bye.